Hey guys, welcome to the Liberal Hive Mind, the leftist alliance between particular minority groups and let's just say the far leftist Antifa agenda was eventually gonna crash, huh? Inevitably, we'd see a clash and then most likely swiftly followed by a crash. We've seen a couple instances of this, particularly in California, when frustrated Armenian parents decided enough was enough with the ridiculous indoctrination, leftist indoctrination and cultural Marxist garbage being pushed and promoted in the public school system. That was probably one of the first events that we covered, and of course that sparked protests all across the United States and even in Canada. You know, those people that Justin Trudeau called horrible homophobes? Absolute freaking clown. Anyways, that was the first little moment, signaling the inevitable dysfunction and clash between leftist ideology and some of the groups that have found themselves voting for liberal parties. Well, now we have yet again another convergence. We have Palestinian protesters who are now on the streets in solidarity with their Antifa counterparts, and at a lot of these events you'll see signs that says "Queers for Palestine." Well, the clash was, as I said, inevitable, and I have a viral video clip for you guys to show you said clash happening in reality between two protesters on the street being interviewed by Billboard Chris. It's just a perfect video, a perfect encounter. Let me show you guys exactly what I mean by that. We got some stuff to get into, so let's roll the tape. All right, folks, so just take a look at this encounter. It's a little bit of a long clip, but it's worth it, and let's have a conversation.
Sterilizing kids that you support. Why do you think we should sterilize kids?
Why do you think you have the right to control a child's body?
What's a trans body?
A child's body. You're enforcing the parents' control over a person's body.
So, are you familiar with the facts about this, about how children are being sterilized?
I don't think you're familiar with the facts of this. You're not familiar with this.
Really?
Yeah, your facts are incorrect. Your facts are incorrect.
Like what? What's incorrect?
Children are not being sterilized.
Oh, really? So I'm filming right now, but I could bring up the consent forms that these children signed, the gender clinic, where it says right on there that puberty blockers and prostate hormones are sterilizing them. This isn't some secret knowledge. All the trans health experts themselves will tell this to you.
It's completely public. I mean, the drug that's used is triptolin. Triptolin is the exact same drug used to chemically castrate pedophiles and sex offenders. It's used to sterilize people back in the 70s and 80s and onwards. It was originally developed to treat cancer.
I have a question for you. Why do you feel the need to intimidate me?
Oh, I was just walking by and you called me an effing fascist, so
yeah, because
I thought you might like to have a conversation.
On your, fucking
so again, what is fascist about trying to protect children from irreversible harm?
You are actually causing children to commit suicide with what you are propagating right now.
So this is what I hear every time I talk to some masked trans activists like yourself. The only thing they can ever say is that kids are going to kill themselves if we don't mutilate and sterilize them. But there's no data to support that at all. In fact, if you look at the only studies that have ever been done...
If you look at the rates of trans suicide and trans mental health for kids who need this life-saving care.
Life-saving?
Yes, life-saving care. It's life-saving.
How so?
Because without it, they would be miserable. They would, and
you just told me a minute ago they were all
suicide.
killing themselves.
Many of them do. Many of them do
and
commit
you've got
suicide.
some data on this, do you?
I don't have it on me at the moment, but I have seen these studies and I have
you?
read these studies. Yes, I have.
Well, maybe you could send them to me later, because I've been...
I do not want to have any contact with you.
Oh, so you don't actually want to prove any of your points because you actually have no evidence for any. Do you know about half of these kids?
Trying to propagate anti-LGBTQ propaganda. He's trying to tell children that they are not allowed to be trans.
Yeah, they're not.
You're wrong.
Listen. In some religions, you can't do that. Yeah, you have to respect that decision. 3 Abrahamic religions, yeah. LGBTQ. But in some religions they accept that. But in our religion, you can't do that. What religion are you? What religion are you? Catholic.
I'm not Catholic.
Why are you then?
He doesn't have a religion. He's Antifa.
What do you identify?
Look at this little coward wearing his mask. He doesn't have a religion.
What do you identify?
He just wants to
Okay. Boss, wait. Shut up. No. Wait, where you from? Where you from? Where you from?
That's right. Run away. Good job.
Huh?
You see how that started? You know, I hope that's the realization that people come to in general, and honestly on both sides. At some point, you know, conservative, religious-minded people are gonna have to, you know, have a little reality check here and realize that the political parties that they've associated themselves with don't actually represent their values at all. You know, it seems almost as if the far left is trying to court minority voters with their stance on the Israeli-Hamas conflict. They keep saying stuff like Palestinian liberation is black liberation. You know, they make these connections, they do what they usually do, trying to push this oppression narrative as if, oh, we're on the side of the oppressed and we're oppressed as well, we're all in this together. But then once these groups of individuals get together, well, it's pretty obvious how far apart they are culturally and especially in terms of policies. That was one of those, wait, what did you say moments? What's this guy on about? Yeah, that has nothing to do with why we're here today. Not exactly sure where the issue of gender-affirming care or supporting gender-affirming care came from at a pro-Palestine rally. Traditionally conservative Muslims, I think, keep encountering the same issue with far lefties and Democrats. And I don't know how this political relationship is going to work out here. The Muslim community wants nothing to do with puberty blockers, nothing to do with bottom surgery and top surgery for minors. They want nothing to do with LGBTQ plus issues being pushed onto minors in the public school system. You have these lefties attempting to court their votes, but if you really think about it, if this was a theocratic Muslim state, if we were living under Sharia law, for instance, or in a Muslim majority country, these far lefties probably wouldn't even have the right to exist. Their ideas would be banned. Their lifestyles banned. They wouldn't even be able to exist. The question is, how do they coexist on an activist basis? It makes no sense. You'd expect groups participating in a political protest to have some sort of ideological aligning, but these groups could not be more opposite from each other. I mean, polar opposites. And eventually, those chickens are going to come home to roost. It's already happening. I mean, what you just saw was a group of Muslim girls who probably had a wake-up aha moment. Oh, whoa. Who are we siding with? This was a huge mistake. But what's really happening here, and what I think both sides, or at least some individuals on both sides don't realize, is that both of them, let's call it interest groups, are playing each other. Far-left Democrats are playing the Palestinians. They're playing, protesters. They're playing Arab protesters who are sympathetic to the Palestinian cause because they want to push their oppression Olympics, intersectionality grift. Come join the oppression pyramid scheme is basically, I think, the strategy here. And then the Muslim groups are doing the exact same thing. We'd probably throw you off the roof of a building if we had control, but for now, you're politically useful to us. So yeah, keep, getting in the streets with your Queers for Palestine posters and flags. A weird situation, obviously very dysfunctional, obviously very, I guess let's call it counterintuitive. We'll have to see exactly where it goes, but the clashing has already begun, and you just saw it play out in real life. Anyways, that's what I got for you guys. Hopefully you enjoyed this video. If you did, make sure to leave a like and possibly subscribe to the channel. Thanks for watching, friends, and I'll see you on the next one.